What's going on, YouTube? This is Appalachian Adventurer. I just want to do a real quick overview / review of my 2016 Pioneer 500. I'll just go ahead and start up front right here, tell you some of the things I've added to it. This here is a strong made bumper. It's a really nice heavy duty bumper. I've added a winch. It's a Badlands ZXR 2,500 pound winch. It has both wired and wireless remotes. I haven't hooked it up yet. I just put it on there the other day. I've got, you see here, this is a strong made basket. Added that just to be able to haul a little bit extra things for camping trips and things of that sort. Does holds a chainsaw really well. Just strap it in there, it doesn't move around too much. Down here I've got a set of Sun F 27-inch tires. It comes from the factory with 24s. These tires, they are a cheaper tire and they're sort of a knockoff of the Bighorns. These tires, I would guess, have somewhere close to 3,000 miles on them. Some of that has been paved roads, and they've held up extremely well. I've got 2-inch spacers tucked in behind there. You can see if you look down the profile of the machine, it does cause the tires to stick out just a little bit, and you get a nice mud hole, it'll sling it right in the cab on you, cover everybody up. But it does make it a lot more stable. Those tires add a little extra ground clearance and quite a bit of traction as opposed to the factory tires. Like I say, they're 24 inches, and we all know what sort of factory tires that everybody puts on these things. All different manufacturers. I'll just go ahead and go back here to the back. Right here I've got a Tractor Supply toolbox. It's a bedside toolbox. It's a really good storage option for the Pioneer 500 because Pioneer 500 comes with no storage whatsoever. You can see I've got all sorts of things in here. I've got a couple chairs, some toe straps, just all kinds of stuff. It works really well for that. It's a really nice storage option. Back here is another strong made basket. I think personally, if you are going to buy a bed option for the Pioneer 500, this is the best way to go. I've seen several beds online made out of several different things. Some of those are actually pretty neat, but this works really good, and I like the way it works, or the way it looks rather. I like that it doesn't hold water. You get out in the rain or sling stuff in there from the tires, it just falls through, so you don't have to worry about sitting your stuff down in a bunch of water. I like the way that tucks in there. I think that works out really nice. I think it looks pretty good. I'll go ahead and move on around here to the inside. What I've got here is a Lanzar Marine stereo. It's a really nice stereo for the money. It's got a remote to it. It also has jacks on the back of it, or video inputs. So if you wanted to, you could hook a DVD player up to it or some sort of game system or something like that. The thing to the right is just a voltmeter. Right there is an inclinometer. Tells you how far you're tilted over. I've never turned it over, but it is nice to know how close you are to doing that. I've got a CB up there and my speakers back there. Does pretty good. It's not incredibly loud, but you can hear it pretty good when you're going down the trails. I've added these marker lights. I just thought it was neat looking, so I added them on there. Pretty nice little touch. I also have this light bar on here, just an eBay light bar. Has been really good though. I've had this thing for almost 5 years, and it's been on there almost the entire time. It's one of the first things I added to it. I've had no issues out of that whatsoever. Now, if you want to talk about the reliability of these things, or whether or not I would suggest you buy one of these things, the reliability is obviously there. I mean, it is a Honda. Things never ever let me down. I've had absolutely no mechanical issues with this thing whatsoever the entire time I've owned it. I've changed one set of brake pads, and I've changed the fluids, as scheduled. That's all I've ever had to do to it. These things, they cut out top speed. They cut out at about 43 miles an hour. And I think as far as suspension travel goes, I think it's 6.5 inches. So they're not incredibly smooth or incredibly fast, but they are very capable little machines. And when you go adding on the bigger tires and the wheel spacers give a little better stance, it makes it even more capable. like I say, I've had zero issues with this thing. I most definitely would recommend it, depending on what it is you're trying to do with it. If you're trying to go fast, this is not your machine. If you're wanting to jump things and things of that sort, this is also not your machine. But if you want to get out there and get back, have a good time just cruising around on the trails, this is definitely your machine. If you have any sort of questions or anything about anything I've added to it or anything of that sort, or if you just want to see some more Pioneer 500 content, subscribe to my channel, leave your comments, questions in the comments, and thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.